On Animaniacs, and again, all these little franchises, spinning off. So Tom came up with an idea for another show, and the same cast and crew went off to make a show about history. It was called Hysteria. Yeah. Show didn't do as well, but the songs were good. And so Tom came and says, we need to go over to the lot, to the executives on the Warner Brothers lot. We're going to have to sell the show. So we're going to need a song to help sell it, something to show what history is like that we're going to be doing. So I thought, oh, that's great, Tom. I love history. I think the first song we should do should be the history of war.
Inspired choice. Kids show, violence, war, kids.
Yeah, Tom said, no, that's destruction and, killing and murder. I said, yeah, I'll make it funny. So, because the history of war is the history of mankind. So he said, well, all right. So here's the song I wrote for him. And we'll begin it with Mark, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alexander the Great presents the history of war.
Several million years ago, a prehistoric man discovered that his neighbor had a nicer piece of land.
So he invaded, confiscated. That's how countries grew.
And since that attack, we now look back at who's invaded who. Egypt invaded the Syrians, who invaded the Arab sheiks.
Hannibal then invaded the Romans invaded the Greeks.
The Saxons invaded the Anglos, and the Mongols invaded Japan. Japan invaded Manchuria, and Iraq invaded Iran. Oh, can't we all just get along? Why do we have to fight?
Why not just accept you're wrong and admit that I was right?
Diplomacy and compromise are how the peace is made. When things get slack, watch your back, cause somebody's gonna invade. The Germans invaded the French.
The Germans invaded the Czechs.
The Germans invaded the Netherlands, and they invaded North Africa next.
The Germans invaded the Balkans, and they almost invaded in Spain.
Along with the Soviet regions, the Poles and Norwegians, the Belgians, the Brits, and the Danes. The French invaded the English.
The English invaded the Scots.
In the 1500s, the Catholic French invaded the Huguenots.
The Russians invaded the Afghans. Custer invaded the Sioux.
The British invaded the Spanish Armada. The Spanish invaded Peru. Can't we learn to all be friends? That's the thing to do.
Can't we try to see from someone else's point of view?
Let's stay calm, remember Mom, and then we got invade. Let's all shake hands, respect our land, then we're gonna invade. The Spartans went after the Greeks, who invaded the city of Troy.
The Muslims fought the Hindus, and the Hatfields fought the McCoy.
The Israelis fought the Egyptians in a war with the Arab state. Argentina invaded the Falklands, and Iraq invaded Kuwait. Cortez invaded the Aztecs, America San Juan Hill.
Pizarro invaded the Incas, and the Dutch invaded Brazil.
Napoleon invaded the Afghans, proving artillery works.
Well, he invaded the Prussians, and also the Russians invaded the Turks.
Oh, come on, folks, let's all be friends. Why does it come to this?
Give a chance to the olive branch, let's try a hug and kiss.
Let's all be one big family.